Welcome to Mock the Week. I'm Dara O'Brien. Joining me this week are Ed Gamble, Michael O'Dwally and Rhys James, Catherine Bohart, Hugh Dennis and Angela Barnes. We start tonight with a round called If This Is the Answer, What Is the Question? On the board are 6 categories. Catherine, which category would you like?
Health?
Health seems like an excellent thing at the moment. The answer is 140 a minute. What is the question?
What is the average pace at which depressed women eat Maltesers?
Is it what's my resting heart rate when I look at a treadmill?
Is it how many times parents look at the kid they're currently homeschooling and think, you know what, I think you'd be good in the army?
Is it because my mum's not updated her contract for 15 years, how much does she pay for calls?
Is it ideally how many people would Priti Patel like to send to prison just for drinking coffee?
Is it how many orgasms can happen when 2 women just have sex with each other?
Is it how often am I going to be thinking about that for the next week?
Is it the rate of subscribers Dara could get if he took my advice and set up an OnlyFans account?
Is it...
Particularly from the laugh of people who aren't sure what OnlyFans is.
Is it how many pistachios can I get through now that I've started eating the shells?
Is it how many times is that Weller man bringing sugar and rum and tea?
Is it how many spiders does Priti Patel have to eat to continue to function in daylight?
Is it you are watching a Boris Johnson press conference, how many times will you hear the word alas?
Is it, quite simply, how fast does my heart beat every time I see you, Dara?
Is it the average price of rent in London?
Is it how many complaints do the BBC get about the fact I host the Cantonese cooking competition, you dim some, you lose some?
Can we have the correct answer, please?
The actual answer is how many people are currently being vaccinated against COVID in England.
Yes, absolutely right. Thank you very much, Hugh. Very good. Yes, the question I was looking for was, at what rate was the NHS vaccinating people in England at the beginning of this week? This is the news that NHS England's chief executive has praised the speed of vaccination delivery across the country. It was announced that another 5 million people are eligible for the jab as the over 70 age group are now being contacted. So, doing well.
I want to be excited, Dara, that it's like 2.4 million people have received their first jabs and it's exciting, but I'm just waiting for Matt Hancock to announce in a briefing, you know, been a terrible spreadsheet error and they all went to one person.
It's the healthiest nan in the world.
Yeah.
One massive arm, a giant arm, and a tiny old woman face behind going, is this totally necessary? It's more.
The speed of it actually puts me off a bit. I don't want someone rushing through my vaccine. It's the medical equivalent of a Rustler's burger.
It's always got to be in a minute, hasn't it? Even though it's 200,000 a day, right, we're only impressed if we imagine... Because everyone thinks they can achieve a lot in a day, so they think 200,000, that's nothing, right? But if you say in a minute, you're like 140, and then we all imagine one nurse just, like, rushing through it like it's a... Like she's in a level of the Crystal Maze, trying not to get locked in.
I worked out there are 23 million people ahead of me now.
Oh, my God, I've never thought of it like that. Because if I imagine that, like, whatever, because you are, let's say...
Older.
Age. But in this imaginary line, can I wave to you from 12 million people back? And
12 million back? That's a bit ambitious. I don't know what the age is.
OK, all right. That's harsh.
Is it just going to be you...
Back of a fag pack and doing it here, right?
You stood at the back of the queue with, like, a backwards cap and all the kids.
Hey, guys, we've been waiting ages, haven't we?
Hey, fellow young people.
It's going to take ages. Me and Ed, I'm going to have to go on Ed's shoulder shoulders, we're going to have to wear a really long coat.
Not me, mate. Group 6.
What do you mean? What's Group 6?
Group 6, I'm an adult with an underlying condition, so I get it before you. Reese is Group 4 because he's the ghost of a girl.
Can we just go back to Reese? Because I think we need to break something to him gently. No, because you just said you'll have to, you know, do the thing where you get on Ed's shoulders. But you do know that as you get older, you don't get taller. I'm sorry, Reese.
We're two 30-year-olds. We go on our back. We'll be as old as a 60-year-old.
Yeah, we're going to have to draw pubes on.
And even if you did go on Ed's shoulders, only one of you would be vaccinated. The others.
What mutant strains are we worried about entering the country?
We're called immigrants. Can we just...
There are two from South Africa,
Yeah.
one of which is sort of all right and the other we don't know yet. There's a Brazilian one.
Oh, no, I've caught the Brazilian one. Is that what you really think? What's the first symptom? Well, it's just like a jet pad.
There's a Brazilian one, and there's one which we originated here, which we should be pretty proud of.
It's
the Kent one.
In the range of nations like whatever, Brazil, South Africa, Kent, as places that have fostered a new strain
You know,
of...
as a Kent person, born and bred, it is nice to see my home county on the news for something other than racist pricks shouting at the sea in Dover.
They're hardly going to change the sign from the Garden of England, are they? Home of the variant.
Bracket, 70% more infectious.
Twinned with Sao Paulo and Durban.
I'm still stuck on that. Angela said that they're shouting racism at the sea. Like, those black eels. Oh. Rather the sea than me. I'd rather the sea than me. I'll take that.
OK, in what was the most shocking news of the week, what food product tested positive for COVID in China this week?
It was ice cream.
It was ice cream.
And I, for one, think these Ben & Jerry flavours are getting out of control. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was. They're going, oh, why do we do the bat flavour? This is a ridiculous flavour. No one needs it. It's Ben & Jerry's Pangolin Schmangolin. Made with real pangolin.
I think this is a conspiracy by the vegetable lobby to try and get people more on board. This is big broccoli. This is what...
Is that a choice in your life? Is that how it goes? It's ice cream or broccoli?
I'll let you know, I was being, and this is going to carry on throughout the evening, I was being a little bit silly.
It ruins everything. COVID just ruins everything fun, doesn't it? Like, you can't have a night out, you can't have Christmas, now you can't have ice cream. Next they'll be telling us that you get COVID from ejaculating and winning the lottery. Which I famously do in that order.
Yeah. Your hobbies, your two hobbies you do every day?
Yeah, wake up. Oh, my God! Oh, my God!
But it does feel like, I don't know, to a degree, a bit like a brag from China. Like, we're just getting testing sorted out, and they're sort of swabbing Mr. Whippies at this point. They're like, what else can we test? Broccoli, I don't know.
There is an element of this is the WHO are over there, and they're not being let near a lot of test sites, apparently. So they're reduced to just, no, just test this then. We're like, no, get the swab. Oh, God. But it is serious, because if it breaks out, it could infect hundreds and thousands.
Dara, please stop spreading this. The moment I read this, I knew this was fake news.
Yeah. As soon as I read it, I creamed myself. What we do?
It would make a great episode of Greg Wallace in the factory, though.
I love that programme. I love that programme.
Everyone loved that programme. Greg getting really excited, big bulging eyes, Greg's bulging eyes, going, where do you put the COVID in?
You're telling me there are 300,000 ice creams go through this factory every hour? That is incredible! How do they get the COVID in?
it is every episode of Greg Wallace in the Factory. If people wants to go, Greg, this factory's been open for 127 years. We've been making biscuits since the Victorian era. You must know that, Greg. It's amazing. So many biscuits.
Do you think they'll do Greg Wallace inside the vaccination hub?
Just clinking the bottle wildly.
These are the smallest bottles I have ever seen. How do they get the fluid in a bottle that small?
OK, at the end of the round, the points go to Ed, Michael and Reese. Now, we play a round called Back, Sack and Vax. This game involves Catherine and Reese. So if you could make your way to the performance area, please. This round is a stand-up challenge. I'll launch the wheel of news, and wherever it chooses to stop, one of our performers will step forward and talk about that subject. Our first topic, please, is spin the wheel. And the first subject is relationships. Catherine.
Okay. Hello, I am a lady who dates ladies, which is easy to tell you because I don't know you and my dad doesn't know how to use Zoom. Also, I will say, I don't know you, right? It's easy to tell people on television, don't know you. I find it much more terrifying to come out to people I do know or people I've had in my life for a really long time, which is why I find myself in a situation at 32 where I am still working up to coming out to my manicurist. That's a much bigger dilemma than it sounds, right? Because on the one hand, it's like, will she finally make my nails as short as I need them to be? By the way, the best person I've ever come out to is still my mother, because my mom has a unique way of sort of being supportive, but also making things weird. So when I came out to my mom, she just waited for my dad to leave the room and then said, me too. You want to hear. I mean, she's a nice Irish lady, so she clarified, of course. She said, you know what, Catherine, right? I am not gay, right? I am not gay. I am not gay. Because straight women love to say that in threes for some reason, like it's some sort of protective spell. But she said, I'm not gay, right? And it's not that I'd leave your father for a woman. I wouldn't. And it's not even that I'd want something bad to happen to him. It's just that were he to die, then I would be with a woman. Essentially what my mom said was, oh, if I was miserable, then maybe I'd live like you do. And to be fair, it's not that she's gay, right? It's just that she thinks lesbianism is just having the housework and sharing fleeces, and it is. It's just that I don't think she'd like the fingering. I've never been more aware of what I'm stood in front of. Listen. The point is, I'm pretty lucky. My parents have always been very supportive of me dating women. They don't have an issue with that because I can't get pregnant, and Irish parents absolutely love that. They have a much bigger problem with those women being English.
Thank you very much, Catherine. OK. That leaves us with Reese. Let's see what your topic is. And the topic is school.
Oh, I didn't want to go with a picture of fingers for that one, did you? At the start of last year, I was asked to speak at my school. I don't still go there. I was asked to return to my old school and give a speech to the Year 11s, right, to go back and inspire the Year 11s. And I said no, because there was no fee. But also because if you're going to be one of those pricks who goes back to your old school to be inspirational, you've got to be very famous, OK? You've got to be so recognisable. I've been on the show a lot. There's still people watching this going, oh, my God, how did Mock the Week manage to book the girl from Star Wars? You need to be very famous. You need to be able to walk through the playground and have all the kids go, oh, my God, look, it's David Beckham. You know, if I go back to my old school, I'm going to walk through the playground and they're going to go, oh, my God, look, it's a new boy. What will I say to them? Oh, you all might remember me from the year that everyone called me Mr. Deacon, because he was our history teacher, and I wore the same jumper as him on non-uniform day. Deco. Deco for a year of my life. That's what they called me, Deco. It was a good jumper. He was too old for it. Slazenger. Anyway, Sorry, I'm aware this is being broadcast. I'm trying to get a brand deal. Anyway. I love the way parents, man, I love the way parents have been talking about school this year, right? Ever since lockdown started, the last lockdown, right, started, and 2 weeks into it, parents were immediately like, we've got to get the kids back to school. We've got to get the kids, they're missing in education. We've got to get the kids back to school. Right, if your kids are under 10 and you're saying we've got to get them back to school because they're missing in education, admit that you're a liar and you hate your kids being near you, OK? Because no one, not in primary school, is missing anything, OK? All of us could have not gone to primary school, we'd be the exact same people we are now, all right? There is no education to miss. Primary school in this country is about two things, tadpoles and cress. That is it.
Thank you very much, Reese. Well done. Voodoo. Points there for Catherine. Our next round is called Picture of the Week. I show the panel a topical image and ask them to tell me what's happening. So, what's going on here?
Is this a publicity shot of Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible 37?
Is he showing us how many years he has to live?
Is this an advert for a new travel company, Receding Airlines?
What he actually looks like is a man who's going, are you worried about how your loved ones would cope if they had to arrange your funeral?
Is this a legendary rock, paper, scissors player coming out of retirement?
It just looks like someone got to go up the front and meet the pilot.
No, that is the grimace of a man who's just stood on his own bollock.
Is he going, get in, it's not Dignitas?
Has he just found out that 50 Shades of Grey is the in-flight movie?
Is he shouting after Obama, wait, I can't do this without you?
Is the plane going, I'm sniffing this bus, smells great?
Is the floor lava?
Is the floor lava? That would be great if he's playing a long game of that.
Is this the sad reality of Biden mania?
Does anyone have the correct answer?
Is he taking part in The Masked Singer? Or is the plane sniffing a bus?
I mean, it's definitely peaked with sniffing a bus. And also sniffing the bus's rear. Like, that's the way planes do it. Planes in airports, they're always pulling up the buses, giving it a bit of a smell, and then they're up on back, they're rocking away.
And Dara, if anyone should know about the back of a bus, it would be you.
No. Beautiful. The amount of times I've been on the road and seen a plane coming.
Is it Joe Biden?
Is it Joe Biden? Correct. It absolutely is. Thank you very, very much.
Brilliant.
Yes, of course. There's a picture of US President Joe Biden. This week he was inaugurated as the country's 46th president against a backdrop of tension in the wake of the recent riots at the Capitol building. At the time of recording, the inauguration ceremony has yet to go ahead. We recorded back on Tuesday, the inauguration is Wednesday, and then you see it maybe on Thursday. So we have no idea. We're just presuming it went fine. Obviously, wink, wink, internet people, wink, wink. We don't know what really happened. Oh, yeah, that midway through the inauguration, he whips off his rubber mask, and he was Trump all along. It's genius. It's exactly what the prophecy said. And then Trump went, fooled you, suckers, I'm president again. Now arrest these people. They're all part of a paedophile ring. And you won. That's what happened. But let's go with the other reality for the time being. Anyway, presuming it went well.
Well, because we don't know, should we give you some options? Just, you know...
Best to cover ourselves.
That they can use
Always
to cover
best to cover.
ourselves. So, like, for one, I really like the bit when Donald Trump shoved the key to the White House up his arse and locked himself in the car.
I thought that Biden's wardrobe malfunction was a bit embarrassing, but it's a good job he had that gold star on his nipple.
It was a short speech, but enjoy prison, bitch. Does have a ring to it.
It was the bit where Biden tapped his pocket and, oh, what's this? Oh, 11,800 votes!
I did find it a bit racist when he went off and shouted at the sea in Kent.
The only way to learn.
And it was a bit embarrassing when Trump's plane tried to take off, but it wouldn't because it was sniffing a bus.
It is a pity Trump didn't go, because my hope was that Trump would go and that Biden would, in the bit where he had to walk across and shake hands, Biden would just lean in and go, I stole it. And as Trump looks shocked, Biden goes, is this your watch? And then walks out. What does Melania refuse to do?
Well, plenty of stuff I can...
Well, yeah.
And now, I mean, no, because you're not even the president anymore. Well, they normally give a tour. They normally give a tour and they welcome in... First Lady welcomes in First Lady and they show them around the White and they have a meeting.
Is it like change every day in an Airbnb? Do they leave a kind of a basket of bread and milk?
Yeah,
and a nice,
the Biden
nice bottle of
decide
wine?
if the security deposit is kept for the people who previously had it.
Well, the Trumps have left a thing in the kitchen drawer saying, here's a list of attractions you might want to visit in Washington.
OK, what is Joe Biden plan for his first few days in office?
Basically to erase everything Donald Trump did in the last 4 years.
Yes, it is, yeah.
It's like he's just trying to take him out of history completely. I want him to start every speech by going, oh, I had a weird dream last night. Anyway. Big thanks to the outgoing president, Barack Obama.
They keep calling it Biden's Blitz, don't they? I'm like, don't do that, you'll get flashbacks.
He's so in danger of forgetting his own policies that he's tattooed them on his body like Memento.
The thing he can't undo is what Trump did on his last day, which was these 100 pardons that he gave.
If I was Trump, I would have done these 100 pardons, right? But I'd have started it 100 days ago and done one a day like an advent calendar. I'd have gone, who's behind the jail door today? It's Lil Wayne. Get out of there, you little gaffer.
I think for his last pardon, just before he leaves, Trump should have gone, I pardon Joe Biden, and I'm not going to tell you what for. You work it out for the next 4 years. Good luck.
He's also, because one of the groups of people he's pardoning that's come out is he's pardoning a bunch of black people who are in jail on really minor drug charges.
Yeah.
Which is the most confusing. Like, it's like we're being gaslit by Trump, right? He's just going, I see, I am the good guy at the last minute, right? That's what everyone wants him to do.
Yeah.
It's like if you get caught cheating by your girlfriend and she's really angry at you and you think, I know what I'll win her back. I'll empty the dishwasher. It's fun.
OK, at the end of that round, the points go to Angela, Hugh and Catherine. Now we come to scenes we'd like to see. So if everyone can make their way over to the performance area, I'll read out this week's topics and we'll see what our panelists can come up with. OK, here we go. The first subject is unlikely lines from a children's book.
Jimmy the Jumbo Jet landed in the airport. Oh, that's a good bus.
Please, sir, can I have some more? Afraid not, mate. Your lunch was made by Chartwells.
Meet Pablo Escobar, said Willy Wonka. He's making Charlie in the chocolate factory.
You have your mother's eyes, said Snape, and your father's juicy ass.
And suddenly, the police burst in and the 3 black bears were arrested on suspicion of kidnapping Goldilocks.
You know, maybe I wouldn't have to keep running and hiding all the time if just once in a while someone would ask, how's Wally?
Inside that wardrobe is a whole magical world. So why don't you go and explore for an hour while Mummy has her wine?
He huffed and he puffed, but however hard he tried, Boris couldn't form a coherent sentence.
The tiger came to tea and stayed for breakfast, so you have to call him Uncle Tiger now.
After Willy showed another group of children his chocolate factory, he pulled up his trousers and was put on a register.
I wish I was back in Kansas, said Dorothy, as she was arrested for breaking into the Capitol.
And as they looked around at how everyone had been separated at Hogwarts this year, the kids began to realise this sorting hat was incredibly racist.
Where's Mr. Tickle? Said Mr. Nosy. He is at a sexual harassment tribunal, said Little Miss had enough of your bullshit.
Harry Potter, Chapter 1, The Boy Who Lived as a boy, because he was born a boy, and that's how it's supposed to be.
I won't be staying long. I'm a new kind of nanny, said Mary Pop-Up.
Oh, well, said Bi-Curious George. That didn't hurt nearly as much as I thought it would.
Hogwarts? Yes, I wish I'd never slept with that pig.
And the ugly duckling, who all the other ducks had bullied, turned into a beautiful swan. So, just goes to show you, bullying works.
Mr. Greedy, Mr. Lazy, Mr. Uppity, Mr. Daydream, whatever you want to call him, he's not president anymore!
The next topic is bad things to hear from your flatmate.
Welcome to your new home. I forgot to tell you that every evening in this flat, we watch the Dara O'Brien DVD.
Firstly, the Derby DVD.
OK. That wasn't Nutella.
OK, who drank my milk? Do you know how long that took my mum to make for me?
You didn't see my moon cup when you emptied the dishwasher, did you?
Ooh, what have we here? Ah, needs more salt. Anyway, I'll leave you to it. Enjoy your bath.
God, I might just go and dig a big hole in the garden to get out the stress of my girlfriend's disappearance.
Sorry, so you're kicking me out of the flat just because I'm dangerously obsessed with The Apprentice? Well, thank you for the opportunity.
If you're popping to the shop, can you get me some marigolds and some bleach and some heavy-duty bin bags? Oh, and a Twix. Naughty.
No, I'm not really into politics. It's all a bit boring, isn't it? My job? Oh, I'm the health secretary.
Hey, man, I'm sorry your dog died, but I did tell it to stop barking.
Hey, who's your friend who keeps coming over in the middle of the night? You know, the little Victorian girl with no eyes.
About yesterday. Sorry about when I walked in on you wanking. I'll make sure to wank in my own room from now on.
God, it is great to be back. I've been travelling. I've been to Brazil, South Africa and Kent.
I hope you don't mind. I've moved the fridge into your bedroom. I'd just like a snack while I watch you sleep.
OK, I know you're a bit sick of the last one, but don't worry. I've managed to get the other Dara O'Brien DVD.
Well, if Jesus wanted me to pay the electric bill, Jesus would have given me some money.
Oh, good, you're all settled in. Hey, if you watch a lot of porn, you might recognise our kitchen.
At the end of that round, the point's going to end. Michael and Reese. That's the end of the the show. This week's winners are Angela Barnes, Hugh Dennis and Catherine Bohart. Commiserations to Rhys James, Michael O'Dowali and Ed Gamble. Thanks for watching. I'm Dara Breen. Good night.
This is my favourite podcast right now. Ruby Wax, Rylan, Lenny Henry. He draws out everything from his guests. Grounded with Louis Theroux on the BBC Sounds app.